I warned you. I warned you. I warned you that was probably going to crash the stream. So, we might as well actually look at this view, even though it's probably going to crash again when I go back. But, folks, as you can see, this is the player's view. I wonder if it's even working right now. Can anyone hear me?
We can hear you.
You guys can. I don't know if the stream can hear me or not. I think the stream can probably hear me. Anyway, I was showing you guys the player's eye view. You can see how claustrophobic it feels to the players because they can't see anything else that's going on. So now I'm probably going to crash again as I go back to the GM view. So hang tight. Testing.
I can hear you.
We can hear
our end.
No crash that time.
Progress.
Although I think Twitch is very unhappy with me. All right. So, last time, you guys delved deeper into Ubbin Tower. You having bypassed a rat and a spooky voice previously. You met a mechanic in the hallway who gave you some warnings and some tips and showed you the key around his neck, but did not offer it to you. Fortunately, Bref used barbarian lockpicking, aka thrusting a sword through the lock, and you guys passed on through into the Vasiric acid gauge room, where their black dripping fell from the ceiling. That turned out to be the residue of a horrifying pudding-like monster, this black pudding that dropped down on you and began a pretty tense encounter with various fiends as well as the sludge, until Bref fought his way through, pushed through the darkness, and held a sword to the throat of this guy, who instructed his compatriot, this giant ant-like creature, to push a button and not trigger the alarm, because he did not want to be on the receiving end of Bref's wrath. And so, we rejoin our heroes at the end of that tense battle. In this moment, as everything has powered down for the moment, Bref holding his blade to this guy, whom you know his name is Darius Cooper. So, he is looking at Bref, fear in his eyes and in his voice, and he says, "Please, you uncivilized wretch, take your black blade away from me. I surrender."
Hand me your gun, and I will.
Ah, you recognize it. He turns around the little pistol and hands you the butt end. I can't disarm this, I'm afraid. And he holds up the hammer that has replaced one of his arms.
I think I can handle that little thing, but I'll be taking this. And I pick the pistol out of his hand and slip it into a pocket.
Okay. That's mine, you know.
No.
In the corner of the room as you pass by, Bella, this thing snarls. It's almost...
Gotcha.
It's hiding in the shadows amongst the vertical pipes running from ceiling to floor that you can see there.
I'd like to drop Spirit Guardians at this point.
Okay. I will...
Vapos is going to be keeping an eye on this thing.
Blitz will be too.
I'm going to shove the engineer to the side, just kind of over one square.
Okay. The key, as you shove him around his neck, jangles, and he clutches at it. Ugh.
Now, I may have I lost audio for a little while, but did we mention that did we talk about the fact that he pressed the green button that's supposed to open the door in the hallway? Did we discuss that?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure, because I lost audio, so I didn't hear it.
It powered down the trap on the door.
Right. Oh, I see. Got it.
And I want to kneel down in front of this little guy and I don't know if you can understand me, little one, but thank you for warning me about the button.
Harrison doesn't speak. But he does understand you. And the ant-like thing clicks its mandibles and nods its head. All over its chitinous body are runes inscribed that glint red and blue.
I have a question for you, little friend. If you wanted to, would you be able to leave here?
The thing clicks its mandibles and tilts its insectoid head at you. That's a bit of a complex question. Why would we want to leave? What's in it for you?
Nothing's in it for me. I just cannot stand to see anyone kept somewhere against their will.
Well, Harrison's been here longer than I have. Now, I suppose he'll probably be here longer, too.
We heard someone mention that the people here are taken and effectively enslaved. We didn't think that was... We didn't realize that was the arrangement. It is rather disturbing.
Just one moment. There's a loud hissing sound. And whistling as steam erupts from these pipes. Harrison! And the insect thing darts past you, Breath, and adjusts one of the dials on the switchboard that's on the far wall there. You can see this green glowing liquid through glass gauges on viewing sort of areas on this switchboard panel. And the steam, which almost caught you, Blitz, fades. We're hunting down an issue. You don't want to be caught in the explosion, now do you?
No, that sounds terrible. You sound like you're extremely busy, so we won't bother you overly much.
Well, that's kind of you. Especially after we tried to kill you.
Yes, about that. I'm honestly a little surprised. I thought that this was a place of business, and yet everywhere we go, everyone seems to be trying to convince us not to move forward and meet with the various masters of this tower.
Yes. It's curious that.
Uh-huh. Can I do like a sense motive on him to figure out what the fuck he's so cagey about?
Sure.
Well, that's only an 11. Or no, I guess that would be an insight check. Well, it's got the same bonus.
Okay.
Sorry.
He's pressing himself. The Roten man is pressing himself against the wall to get away from breath. And he'll actually push himself into the corner, try to get as far away as possible if he can. He says, listen. Oh, Harrison. Flip that switch. Yes. Well, I've been here several years. We are not slaves exactly. I came here of my own free will. Signed on, you see. But it's not the sort of thing one leaves.
Is everybody else here of their own free will as well?
Perhaps. Not the fiends, I imagine.
No, I would imagine not, but I care a lot less about their feelings.
Ah, says the thing in the shadows by the pipes. You don't care about our feelings.
Forgive me, but it doesn't seem that any fiend has ever really cared much about mine, so the feeling is mutual.
Listen. I was poor in Arkany, and my wife and children were suffering. I've come here to make my fortune. But the secret of Ubbin Tower is that you don't want to leave.
See?
There's too much treasure at stake. Oh, yes, barbarian. Why don't you take that chest in the other room over there? It's the least I can do after I try to kill you.
Out of character, didn't we already loot the chest?
I believe so.
Okay.
Battle just finished, so I
Yeah,
don't think
we haven't had a
yet.
chance yet.
Oh, okay.
What started the fight was I tried to open the first chest that turned out to be a mimic.
I think Blitz will step forward and say to this man, you know, it might help us, it might make it easier for us to not get into tussles with your contemporaries if we were to have your key to allow us to get through without having to, and people would see that, you know, we have the key and therefore we are accepted in this place. I would like to cast suggestion on him.
Okay. So you suggest that
He give us the key. Give me the
you
key.
the key.
So I believe that's it's a wisdom saving throw.
Of course. That's a fair trade. You let me and Harrison get back to our jobs, and he unclips it with one hand. There you are.
Blitz will take the key and say, thank you very much.
Oh, for all the good it'll do you.
Oh, that's great. Okay. So this won't allow us to get through the next room, then. Get to the next room, then.
Oh, it'll open the door.
Okay. And you did disarm the trap with that button.
I trap disarmed.
Right. He should probably come with us as we go through the door.
Oh, I don't want. I would rather not. Thank you very much.
Maybe you could tell us why not.
Certainly.
Just so we're prepared.
Of course. Well, you can't go through this door. He points at this door. You'll have to go around to the other one.
Okay. And why don't you want to come with us?
Well, for a master mechanic to be without his key is quite a violation. I'm going to have to go down to the forge and get a new one or something.
I meant just into the hallway so that you don't reactivate the trap while we're trying to go through the door.
Oh, we could... Harrison! That lever! And the Ant-Man scuttles over here. And turns it. I need to manage the pressure. Unless you want us all to go up in a acidic conflagration.
No, I guess I don't want that.
Yes, we are hunting down a problem in the pipes. No time to gallivant about with you adventurer types.
I wonder if the problem in the pipes is those tieflings we saw earlier.
Listen. Am I getting out of this alive?
As long as we do.
As long as you don't start attacking us again.
Maybe, Breath, you should stay with him until the rest of us get through the door, and then you can come through after us, and we hope he doesn't trigger it again.
I can do that, certainly.
You seem nice, so I don't mind telling you. What do you want to know?
I guess one thing that I want to know is just why everybody is so hostile to us being here. Were you given instructions not to let us through, or is it like this for everybody who comes and tries to buy things at Ubbin Tower?
It's like this. There's a secret to Ubbin Tower. Imagine the kind of energy it takes to fire that arcane cannon.
Sure.
Where does it come from, do you suppose?
I really haven't given it that much thought.
There's not enough power here in the material plane, so they pull it from another plane.
I see.
And to do that, Master Ubbin made a deal, he did. He was kindly, and he tried to establish a place where the free exchange of ideas and the safe exchange of goods could take place. He wanted to create a place of giving of gifts. And he invited several other mages to join him here in the tower. But something went wrong with his bargain. And the other mages weren't necessarily as much of a generous bent as Master Ubbin. So they follow the rules of the tower laid down for these masters. But they're not very happy about it. And so, all of the masters have to give those who come here a gift of value. due to the enchantment upon the place. However, they also don't want to have to do that. And so you have many guardians and protocols. Do you understand?
I do.
The tower is at war with itself, just as you might expect from 9 insane mages all collected together in one place. They have the right idea over back home in Arkney. Recruit them into the guard.
And that's how you got here?
Me? I got here because I was seeking the gifts and treasure. I wanted to make my fortune. I had no loyalty to the governor. Nor was I interested in moving in with all of the hippies. Monument. So, I sought my fortune. But as you can see, I have lost as much as I have gained. He gestures at the arm replaced by a hammer.
It seems like a hard life here. It must not be quite what you expected after coming here from Arkney.
It's not, but there is great treasure here. The wealth of empires. Just a moment. Harrison, I think you'd better patch up that leak. The ant thing kind of zips around you guys, carrying like a metal patch, and starts fusing it with a blowtorch, a magical blowtorch. It's actually more like a wand, with some gears and gas tank attached. Anyway, this kind of techno magical construction starts patching up the hole in the pipe.
Well, I wish you the best of luck at making your fortune, but really all we're trying to do is get to Master Ubbin. I know that he's the one who least wants to be disturbed out of all of them, but it's very important that we speak with him. So I hope that you won't get in too much trouble for helping us, but any help you can give us would be greatly appreciated, since, as I mentioned, there seem to be so many obstacles in our way.
Well, I've tried to help you.
You've been very kind.
I know what I can do. I can tell you about the blood gems.
Oh, yes, that sounds fascinating.
Anything dies within about 6 paces of them summons a fiend, and they're not usually pleased about it.
Goodness.
It's part of the hellish energy matrix which fuels the cannon. It allows Ubbin Tower to rule the countryside, or so I'm told.
Goodness. Thank you for that. That seems like valuable information. I guess we'll just have to make sure not to die.
Yes. Quite.
Do most people who come here and try to shop at Ubbin Tower die? Because it really seems like it.
Let me put it this way. There's a certain "you must be this tall to enter" rule that the interplanar traders know about.
That just seems racist against halflings and dwarves.
It's not really about height.
Oh.
It's a metaphor. Master or Mistress Araxia taught me about metaphors.
That's useful information to have. All right.
She's just in the next room. You can ask her.
Oh, I will. So we're basically not high-ranked enough to catch anybody's attention here? Or wealthy enough? Or something like that?
I'm sure you'll catch their attention.
Well, I meant in the sense of them wanting to talk to us. But I guess they'll probably want to talk to us,
Well, the
too.
mechanics mostly want to be left alone.
Right, because if we find them, they have to give us a gift, right?
The masters are all mad. Some of them will be quite pleased to see you, no doubt. Others, not so much.
Right. Well, we've had pretty good luck with the two upstairs so far. But they're probably the nicest ones, aren't they?
I don't know about that. Mistress Oraxia can be quite kind when she's not working and etc. As long as you don't make a mistake. She hates mistakes. However, the others who frequent the tower may not be so interested in company.
So just that black goopy thing we fought earlier.
What about it?
Oh, well, I suppose it was very pleased to see us. It just wanted to eat us.
I don't know what that thing is or where it came from, but they seem to come into being from the sludge and the waste material and the ambient arcane power that seeps through everything in Ubbin Tower.
Fascinating.
As
And
I
stressful, I'm sure, if you work here.
You're welcome to its treasure. I have my own.
Well, thank you. We've been very reluctant to take a look at any treasure because we've been given to understand that most of it is private property in this tower.
Quite so.
So, thank you for your help, I guess, in directing us to something that we can take with impunity.
Yes, well, most have their treasure on their person,
Understood.
or at least will guard it.
It feels like whenever we discover a piece of treasure, at least in the last couple rooms, we hear a fiendish warning that we have no rights and that there will be consequences if we take it.
Oh,
Is
that's
that-
the merchant spirit in the next room over, you mean?
Yes.
Indeed. Well, no one seems interested in messing with him.
Well, he is pretty spooky.
I have seen a thief make off with some of his platinum.
About this key and the unlocking, will it unlock the door to the next room?
The north door, aye.
I see. You seemed to imply that there would be some complications, however. If it's not the trap and it's not the door, what should we be concerned about?
He seems to be weighing his options. Mistress Orexia is with a customer. And most of the customers that come here are protective of their opportunity.
I see. So if we were to barge in, it would be seen as whoever her customer is would likely feel that their privacy is being violated, and Mistress Arkney might consider this a threat. I mean, sorry, not a threat, a mistake.
I have a feeling Mistress Oraxia is going to like you very much, so I wouldn't be concerned about that.
Okay.
Just don't make any
Do
mistakes.
Do you happen to know who her customer is?
I only know his name.
All right, that's a start.
Trusk.
Grosk, as in like
No.
Grosk.
Trusk.
Oh, Trosk.
Frosk, like frost. Except with a
Trusk.
K.
And it's they say he serves the Elder Brain, whatever that means.
Oh!
Do any of us know what that means?
I can make a knowledge lore check.
Please do.
I guess I'll go with history. I only got a 15.
The name Trosk is suggestive of some horrifying creature from another world. But you've never heard of an Elder Brain.
No, I have no idea what that is. Although it sounds like an extra planar name. So that might give us a clue, I suppose.
So it seems to me that our options are to either go through the door and risk whatever confrontation that creates, or wait, but we won't know when the customer has left, I suppose. So I'm not sure what else we could do.
So, but I think we are on a bit of a timetable, aren't we? I think we need to just take the chance.
Yes, I agree. I don't know that we have the tieflings are going to meet Master Ubbin like presently. We probably need to move.
Thank you
And
for
there-
all of your information. You've been extremely helpful and kind.
Surprisingly, same to you. I have to, the Manthos Grenades have been making awesome jokes in the chat. Darius Cooper, he has the stones to make barrels. As a related question, did Darius name his hammer Gabriel Sledge? Does Ant-Man change size? And what else? Metaphors? What about Meta 3s or Meta 5s? You know what? I bet Darius Cooper has invented them. Alright. Just wanted to acknowledge that for a moment. So, you guys are deciding what to do.
It sounds like probably loot that chest and then go through the door. That's what unless anyone has a problem with that.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Okay. Well, you find that the lock on the chest is very easy to break. There was a trap on the chest, but it's actually been triggered and it's no longer functioning. So you can see where little spikes shot out to get anyone's fingers who is messing with the small lock. But the lock is very easily unlocked with barbarian lockpicking. And
it's the most reliable kind.
You find within the chest a number of treasures. There are a number of platinum coins, a double handful of gems, a broad leather belt with a big brass kind of dwarven rune inscribed buckle. And there are 4 glass vials of liquid of different colors. And in a cloth bag are 2 twisted sticks of metal and wood, as well as a ring. The ring is embossed with vines and grape designs. There's also a very fancy, very loud hat, a merchant's cap adorned with a feather, very finely made. I hope someone over there is taking on the job of marking down treasure.
Yep, already taken care of.
All right. I will paste the gems. There's a wide variety of gems. And they seem to be quite valuable. And I never, it's been a long time since I made anyone waste time with guessing how much their stuff is worth in terms of gems. Basically, gems are a great currency for an acidic monster to have because these gems aren't being destroyed by its acid. So there you go. And 102 platinum pieces.
When you say 2 aquamarine worth 500 GP, is that each or in total?
Each.
Okay, cool.
So big chunks of crystal and jewel. Darius Cooper, as you guys are sorting through it, he kind of peeks around the corner like eyes wide, like, ooh, shiny. Any questions?
No.
Blitz will brandish the key and just say, "Are we ready to go?"
I'm sorry, there's one more thing, actually. There's also a large leather-bound book.
Take that.
Embossed with gold.
What does the title page say?
It says... property of Scoob the Scarific.
Interesting.
I mean, it is almost Halloween, so it makes sense we'd find something scarific.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, if no one else has anything they want to do, Blitz is going to start making his way to the door.
Just want to hand Maver the belt and ask her if she knows what the dwarven rune is.
Do I know what it is?
You do. And your heart skips a beat when you read that rune. And the Maker's Mark of the Guild. Not the Brewer's Guild, but the Guild, the Craftsman's Guild. This heavy belt is very old and very powerful. You recognize the Maker's Mark as being of the Guild of Crafters from the time of the Dead Kings. Ancient dwarven history. For details, you'd probably have to make a check. But the rune is... It's very difficult. It would be very difficult for you to translate, Mavra. It means of the dwarves. Like dwarven nature. Like the heart of all things dwarf. Dwarven kind, if you will. Does that make sense?
Basically, it's all things dwarves. I'll see if I can explain after we get through all this.
As I'm concerned, if that's the case, the belt should probably belong to you. I mean, seeing as you're the only one that really applies to.
Thanks.
All right. I guess it's time to go.
All right. Blitz will start heading towards the door, and anyone who wants to come with him so that he's not all by himself when he opens the spooky door.
Yeah, Vapos
Neighbor will
with
be
you.
there. Yeah.
All right. Blitz is just gonna take a deep breath, hope that he didn't turn the trap back on, and touch the key to the door.
I'm still in the room.
Oh, okay. Well, then he will touch the key to the door.
Okay.
Because if I recall, that's how it opened it before.
Actually, there's a keyhole right in the middle of the door.
Okay, I will put it in there and I guess turn it.
Okay. There's a click, and this extra elaborate door slides open. Revealing two chambers connected by an open area. You can see, running on the floor, the power cable that leads to this door, where Darius Cooper deactivated it. You can also see into the next room.
Uh-oh.
And two people are in the middle of a conversation as you walk in. You can hear this lady saying, "Well, I can give you a few more hours, my sweetheart, but then you're going to have to wrap things up." Oh, as the door opens. Now, let me describe what's going on here, because it's a lot. Okay. You are standing at the entrance to a sort of a lounge area that's half an alchemist's mad dream. There's this sort of workbench with various experiments bubbling in glass beakers of different colors, and all sorts of glowing, steaming spills all over it. There's this object over here with several buttons, dials, and gauges. And standing in, or fluttering in front of that, is a fiendish-looking little creature, tapping away at the gauges with several long claws. There's another one over here that looks to be mopping up some kind of spill of a strange liquid. Over here, seated upon a soft chair, is this horrifying creature, holding a spear whose tip seems to have all kinds of jagged edges. And besides its strange appearance, it has this beard that seems to be made of writhing tentacles, always moving. Now, circling around this room, you see there are several couches. There's also a bed, or a mattress, with blanket half on it, as well as several books and other things. Lounging there and there are some provocatively dressed and beautiful women. This one, who peeks around the corner, has a whip, as well as red wings, and she's basically dressed in a bikini. Just wildly, well, a leather bikini. Just very, very flamboyantly, and she gives you a grin as she sees you, Blitz. This one on the bed wears a mask and is holding a strange object like the one that Darius Cooper handed over to Bref. Running around the room like a sort of a dog is a silvery creature with a kind of a keyblade on its snout, and it's an automaton, and it has these runes that flow over it. Okay, so a lot going on in that room. And in the next room over is something that really grabs your attention. This guy, with his long tentacles sprouting from his face. He has this alien, otherworldly appearance. And he's dressed in clothes that may have once been grand, but are now raggedy and strange. And he carries a staff with twisted tentacle-like shapes at the tip of that. Behind him is a red glow coming from some machinery. I guess technically you guys shouldn't be able to see that whole room. This should be covered up a little bit. And there's some kind of yellow stuff spilled all around. And he is surrounded, he commands your attention, but he is surrounded by other creatures like him. But they are all pale, sickly looking, washed out, and their eyes are, like his, however, are hauntingly empty. Oh, hello, she says, looking back at you. Come in, come in.
Blitz will very cautiously step into the room. And I assume someone will be calling for Breath to come over.
Well, hello, sweetie. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? She reaches out toward you. She is wearing a mask. And her clothes match it with these bright colors and gems woven into them.
Okay, Blitz. Can Blitz do an insight check to see if he feels any any threatening intent from her?
Yes.
Ten.
You don't. She says,
All right.
Welcome. Welcome to my alchemical lounge and lab.
Was she like holding out her hand to for me to shake or something?
Yeah.
Okay, Blitz will shake her hand.
Oh, good. Her hand tingles. Her skin tingles against yours like a sort of electric shock. Like static.
Well, that freaks him out. Okay. He will kind of... But he was warned not to make mistakes, so he will just finish the handshake and then cautiously remove his hand.
She says, you have found Mistress Oraxia. That's me. I have some gifts for you.
Well,
okay, sweetie?
thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. Are the rest of you hanging back like that?
No, Vapos would be walking in as well.
Okay.
Just go get breath.
Maver's gonna walk in too, and she's just gonna be staring at the creatures in the other room because they're freaking her out right now.
Yes. You half remember seeing them in a dream.
Yes.
Okay.
I am terribly sorry to be interrupting your business.
No, says this guy from the other room. No gifts for them. He has this horrible slurping sound when he speaks, talking through his tentacles. Oh, sweetheart, those are the rules. No, the secrets are for myself. And me alone. Mistress Araxia says, oh, boys. Don't mind me. It's not polite to fight over a lady. That is not acceptable. Why don't I just leave you here for a few minutes? You can talk. I have something I need to pick up in the plane of shadow. I'll be right back. I'm sure you'll have worked out your differences by then.
Ma'am, really? Wait, hold on. We need an adult for this. Ma'am, wait.
She reaches into her pouch and pulls out a large silver tuning fork. She flicks it. Ping! And she... Yes?
That's a neat trick.
As you say that, she fades from sight. You are left with all these other strange, non-human creatures. Who are all staring at you.
Hi.
So you are the ones doing business with Mistress Orexia?
Yes, I know you. You are the Wanderers.
You have us at a bit of a disadvantage, I'm afraid. We're not familiar with who you are.
I am Trosk. I serve the Elder Brain. You are no friend to us.
I don't think we're particularly anything to your people. Not that we've been aware of, anyway.
Good night, Mavra. Danielle has to go.
Good night.
Hi.
Good night.
Night, Danielle.
Good night.
Well, our purpose here is simply to meet the masters and move on. We don't have any particular beef with you or your people, so don't really need to know your secrets or anything like that. We're just passing through.
Sarek peeks his head around the corner. Is it safe? Is it safe, lass? He's asking Akiri.
Sorry, I was spaced out. What was that next?
The dwarf that you guys saved,
Mm-hmm.
he wants to know if it's safe.
Debatable. I'd stay back here.
Right. Sounds
I'm
good.
just gonna scoot forward.
Okay. Well, you must not be allowed to access the secrets. They are not for you.
I don't think that's your call to make, friend.
I think he's referring to their own secrets, if I'm understanding correctly. Like, specifically, the Trost and his people's secrets.
The two women in here are laughing at everything Blitz says.
Max, I know what kind of tiefling Blitz is. Does he know that he has fear in his blood in him?
I think that's for you to decide, really.
I just don't know that he's had a lot of exposure to, like, fiendish culture or other tieflings, so I'm not really sure if he's aware.
Character. I would guess that he has a basic understanding of fiends as you do.
I see.
But
Okay.
it hasn't been a focus for him.
No. All right. Okay. He will be annoyed by that, but he's not talking to them, so he will continue to focus on the creature before him and again ask, am I understanding that correctly? You are simply interested in guarding your own secrets?
I have paid for the secrets in this room, and you will not be allowed to access them yourself.
What if we were to pay as well? Why would that? Why did you pay for exclusivity?
That may not be so, however. You will do as you are told.
I think Vapos is going to step forward at this point, and he's just going to say, "I'm terribly sorry, sir or madam. I can't quite. Anyways, I just wanted to say that I don't think that you have any right to determine whether or not we're going to learn anything from Mistress Orexia here. And so, I think that it would be in your best interest to simply depart at this point, lest this conversation become more unpleasant."
Just out of curiosity, do the two women laugh when Vapo speaks?
What? Sorry, what? What about the women?
Do they laugh when Vapo speaks, or is it just when I speak?
Really, whenever any of the men speak. They started it with Blitz.
I see. Okay.
You will do as you are told, Blue One of the watery ways.
Blitz just
He has
says,
a name.
Blitz says, we're wasting our time here. Let's just go. And starts to move. There's no obvious exit out of this room, right? Besides the ones we already know about.
Well, this is the way you came in.
Blitz is just basically turning around and leaving the room.
The urge to metagame is so strong. The Blitz, we can't leave yet. We need to keep going.
I don't. He's not listening to you. He just keeps going.
Akiri, can you stop him?
Not really. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Can I
Go
make
ahead.
an insight check and see if I notice anything strange in the way he was speaking and acting just now?
Sure.
Ooh, a 19.
Yes, very strange. He suddenly changed his mind and turned like on a string.
I'm going to step forward, weapon drawn.
I mean, guys,
Let
it's probably a
my
bad
friend
idea.
Go.
Let's go now, guys.
You are not strong enough, barbarian.
Are you willing to bet your life on that?
A threat. The great Sezengam would have me take you now, I'm sure. It is so close.
Yeah, Vapos is gonna look back at Akiri and Blitz and like, are you two all right? We need to keep moving.
Litz doesn't respond. He just keeps. Because it's painfully obvious, Max. I'm not going to pretend anymore. Does my deep root mind ring help at all in this situation?
I forgot you had that. What does it do?
It lets me re-roll a failed wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
So I wasn't sure it applied here.
Okay, make a new roll.
I mean, I didn't make one in the first place.
I know, I rolled it for you.
Oh, okay. $18.
Well, Blitz, you you snap out of it.
Nice.
Cool. I think upon realizing what's going on, Blitz is going to turn around and what's the range on?
Roll initiative.
I'm casting Dissonant Whispers before that. I'm sorry. That is happening immediately.
That's really not how it works. Is that a reaction?
Well, no, but like, well, I guess Breath did threaten him.
The second that you break the out of the spell, I'm asking for initiative.
Yeah, Breath did threaten him. That's fair. Okay.
Myself included, Max?
What do you mean, myself included?
Me, as an Akiri included.
Yeah,
Assume so?
I think everyone should be rolling initiative, probably. Why wouldn't you be?
I don't know, just making sure.
Don't forget to select your tokens, guys. You get a 19 initiative roll on a 1, Breath?
He gets advantage.
So yeah, I roll with advantage on my initiative rolls.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's confusing.
For some reason, it showed the red for the bad roll.
I was about to say, you got a plus 18 to initiative? That's crazy.
And Vapos is extremely jealous.
That's a funny bug.
Most monks are really good at initiative. Vapos is not.
That's fair.
I'm a very unusual monk. I have low dexterity.
What's the point?
What's that?
I said, well then, oh, I guess to be fair, Akiri is also a very unusual cleric because she has stupid high dex.
Yeah, I'm a much more wisdom-focused monk.
Okay. As the pale monstrosity before you moves to attack, Breath, you react first.
Alrighty. I'm gonna glance over my shoulders and say, sorry ladies, this won't take too long. Bonus action rage. That's my last rage. Woo! And then recklessly attack this fellow in front of me. And I think... Let me see. Yes. If this little guy in front of me could please make a dex saving throw, please.
All right.
Oh, okay. They are going to take some lightning damage. Ooh, 6 lightning damage.
Okay.
And then my 2 reckless attacks.
Now, the save was against a magical thing. Is that magic that you do?
It's let me read it. I emanate a magical aura. When the effect is activated, you can choose one creature you see in the aura. They must make a dex saving throw. The target takes 1d6 lightning damage.
Got it.
Do they have advantage on
It seems so.
Okay, then they would take 3 instead. Well, yeah, because the save would have been 16, and I
Okay.
imagine they have a bonus to it, so
Okay.
they take half on a success.
I think we're gonna house rule your ability, and you know why? Because every time you use it, it's like thematic for your character. But every time you use it, it takes a minute to figure out, does he take 4 damage or 2? So I think from now on, Breath, no save.
Oh, okay. Works for me.
It just
it's such a mighty damage roll.
Yeah. Okay. 6 damage. Great.
Fantastic. And then a 23 and 27 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, those both hit.
Let's see. 6 plus 13 plus 11. So 36 slashing/rage damage, and then an additional 7 points of poison damage for a grand total of 43 points of damage.
I love Breath so much.
So you
Also known as the
the
barbarian handshake.
The big numbers make my brain go burr.
you carve into this guy, and he staggers. He's not quite dead, or
Yet.
something. There's something. He doesn't bleed, which is disturbing. And there's this rotten smell that comes off of him as you just cut off chunks of his white, clammy flesh.
Ew.
You said 47 damage?
40. It was 43 damage
Okay,
plus the 6 lightning damage for a total of 49.
got it.
And then that will end my turn.
Got it. Okay. Well, he was quite. He took that on real bad. Blitz, you react next.
Right. I can tell that Breath is hurting. So let me see. I'm not sure how much movement I have, or how much movement it'll take to get to him. Oh, I have enough. Okay. Or I have to kind of here, and then 15. Yeah, I can get there. So I'm going to rush over, and then once I like snap out of it, I'm going to run down and rush over to Breath and cast Cure Wounds. Unfortunately, only on first level because I only have 3 first level slots left.
All right.
So that's 10 points of healing, Breath.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Guys, I am very close to being useless pretty soon. And that'll be my turn.
Mavra.
Actually, sorry. Bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and give... Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's just you, Em.
Oh, yeah, no, I realized it was just me.
I'm going to use my bonus action to give Vapos inspiration. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Breath, it's Mavra's turn.
All right. Right. Well, I am not regretting this too much because these things freak me the fuck out. I'm gonna step up, take Dragon's Bite in my hand. I'm just gonna swing at him. Wait, sorry, wrong weapon. Ignore that. That one. 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Fantastic. So that's actually not. That's actually just 9. Did not get the critical. I think it's just 9. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, 9 points.
Yeah,
Yes.
the extra 8 is from the crit.
Okay, that makes sense.
Got it.
Is it still up?
Yes.
All right, swing number 2. Hey, they rolled 20.
Is it stalled out?
Come on. There we go. How about a 14?
14 will... She's wielding her axe.
Dragon's Bite, yes.
Okay. That will miss, I'm afraid, yes.
All right. Okay, well, that'll do it.
Okay. After Mavra, you are strong, but in the name of my Lord Sesengam, I must stop you, wanderers. He uncorks a vial and drinks something, and then he disappears.
Another moment in which I really miss Draco.
All of the pale white creatures perk up suddenly, as though hearing an unseen voice, or unheard voice, not unseen. All voices are unseen. As though hearing something that the rest of you can't hear. And then they move in. The one that's so heavily damaged, it stumbles backward. And pulls out a vial of liquid of its own that it slurps up with its tentacles Like it sticks its tentacles into the vial and pulls out the liquid.
Why don't you just drink it like a normal person? It's fine.
So we don't get opportunity attacks. You guys use your reactions.
Disengage?
Oh yes, it disengages, and you do get opportunity attacks, but you have to make charisma saving throws in order to attack it.
Breath does not.
So something like a slimy tentacle reaches
Maver
out
gets a 12.
inside your mind and makes you push your attack to the side. As this thing disengages. Another one will move in. And it will attack. With its face tentacles, it reaches out for you, Breath. And you just barely dodge out of the way. And then...
It gets advantage, he was saying, because he was reckless.
Oh, it gets advantage against Breath because he was so reckless.
Oh,
And then, because of the way 5e's rules work, he can move out of combat again. So you guys get... well, if you still have attacks and opportunities remaining...
yeah, we already used our reactions.
Okay. So now this guy moves in and attacks Breath again.
Yeah, that'll
That's
hit.
better. So, Breath. He grabs onto you, and it's horrible. It's like, imagine he's lunging forward, and the tentacles reach out and grapple your face, forcing their way in through every orifice. With his 4 tentacles. Mouth, nose, ears. So you are going to take some psychic damage. Because the tentacles don't just exist in physical space, but also in psychic space. And you feel the wet tentacle touching your mind as it touches your flesh. It's moist and horrible. You take 13 points of psychic damage and make an intelligence saving throw.
Ah, my specialty. Let's see, 13 points. 6. Haha! 8!
Okay. You are currently stunned. So give yourself the, here, I'll give you the pummeled icon that I use for Vapos' victims. You are stunned while this thing has hold of your frontal lobe.
I like this one, because it's eating my brain.
Mm-hmm. Mavra receives a powerful urge to throw herself onto the potions table full of alchemical experiments. She needs to make a wisdom saving throw, please, with advantage.
21.
Okay, she makes it. Okay, so the two of you are grappling as well. And it's Akiri's turn.
Great. Can I make a save to get out of this? Or am I stuck?
Can I make a save to get out of this? What are you in?
The mind tentacle thingy.
You're not. You haven't been hit by that, I don't think.
Yeah, she was.
Akiri was?
Mm-hmm. I think so. You sent me messages.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
I sent them to Blitz.
I got them too.
If you've got control of Blitz's character, then you would still see them.
Oh, okay. That's what.
I was wondering why they were targeting Akiri.
That's fair. Okay. That's understandable. Never mind then. Ignore me.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys. I am so sleepy tonight.
Oh. Sorry, dude.
I'm hanging in there, but
Thanks
it's a
for
little bit of
joining
a struggle.
the game.
Alright,
Okay, yeah, that was to Blitz. I guess I can...
That's fine.
Do you have control of his character? Oh, is that because
Yeah.
Nico wasn't here one time?
Yeah.
I think he also has a control of Akiri.
Represents character Blitz.
Yeah, I've actually still got control of Bref and Mavra as well.
Oh. So there's no point in whispering to anybody anymore?
Just
Not
don't
really.
whisper to character names, whisper to player names.
Oh, okay. Alright. So Akiri, you still get a turn.
Yay! Okay. Kiri is going to... I thought I had a weird tentacle monster in my head for a second. That was weird. Anyway, she's gonna do a couple hops, skips, and a jump, and end up here using her full movement. And let me attempt to remember what spells I have. Answer: not many. She's gonna Sacred Flame that guy.
Which guy? This guy?
Yeah,
Okay.
Bref's guy.
Alright. I don't know if you can make reflex... I guess he can, because he's grappling Bref.
Yeah, and it's just Sacred Flame.
Okay. 15.
Ha! I beat him.
Congrats.
He fails. Amazing. That very rarely happens. He takes 7 points of Sacred Flame damage. Well, I don't remember. Radiant damage, I think.
All
Yes,
right.
it is. Radiant damage. He takes 7 points of radiant damage, and that's by the end of my turn.
He takes a nice zap. Okay, and then Bella's turn.
Right. I'm going to step here and reactivate Spirit Guardians.
All right.
Nice.
Glowing magical books swirl around you once more. Are you designating the fiends and the automaton as friendlies?
That's a good question. I think I will because I don't want them to attack us.
Okay. The one next to Vapos is reaching out toward him.
I say, hey, stop that.
Okay. It's happening simultaneously, that's why I'm telling you that.
Yeah. Well, you told me because I see it, so I'm going to yell at her.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give Mavra inspiration.
Nice. Double bard party. What's your magic color theme?
Mine?
Purple.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Bella?
Nope, that's going to be it.
Okay, Vapos. You are starting your turn next to one of the fiends.
Yes.
She is reaching out toward you seductively. She
Good
says,
luck, ma'am.
"Why don't you sit with me, handsome boy?"
Apologies, but my friends are in trouble, so I really should be attending them.
Make a
if
wisdom
you'll-
save.
Okay.
Or wait, maybe it might be a charisma save. I know this is important. Hang on.
That is very important.
It is wisdom.
Okay. That's a 16.
Okay. You can also choose to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid her lascivious touch upon your buttocks.
Yeah. I would rather not be
Okay.
touched by a fiend.
All right.
That's a 19.
Yeah, no problem with that. So you twitch your butt away from her and also succeed on your wisdom save against sitting down. Now you may proceed with your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to say, no thank you, and then I'm going to very quickly dart over here. And I'm going to activate my Arms of the Elemental Self, and because of all of the crazy stuff that's going on, I'm also going to activate my Visage of the Elemental Self at the same time. And so this guy here is going to need to make a dexterity saving throw. Or else he will take 6 force damage.
He made the save.
Okay, then he takes nothing. All right, and then I am going to make a pair of unarmed attacks against him with my watery arms.
All right.
So that's a 17 and a 19 to hit.
Those are both hits.
Awesome. So that's going to be... oops, I was using the wrong thing there. Should be 2 extra damage on each of those. So that's going to be...
Okay.
so that's going to be 19 damage.
All right.
And it's
He's
force
taking-
damage,
Okay.
not bludgeoning.
He took quite a nasty set of blows there, but he doesn't bleed blood. It's just some kind of moist ichor dripping out. And it's not like it seems to be feeling pain exactly, although it does not like being hit, and it wiggles its tentacles in Bref's orifices.
Okay. Well, that's all I can do for my turn.
Okay.
Does Bref still have my bardic inspiration on him? Why he has that pink dot?
How long is it supposed to last?
$10 minutes.
It probably would have faded by now.
All right. Bref, I'm afraid you're going to be losing your turn due to stun.
Well, I can speak falteringly. I'm going to say, oh no, right, yes. But yeah, that's it.
Amazing. Blitz.
Right. This fucking sucks. Okay. How does the help action work again?
Aid another.
You give someone else advantage on a check that they're making. I don't think it works for saving throws.
All right.
If you want to help someone to attack, you have to be within 5 feet of the thing they're attacking.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. In that case, how How does throwing doing a ranged attack through a person work?
The target will have increased AC.
Okay. Blitz is going to try to throw one of his daggers at the mind flayer. The creature, we don't know what it is, that's in front of Breath.
Okay.
I believe, I'm assuming 10 feet is within the throwing range. I don't really know, but
A dagger, yeah.
yeah. Okay. Here I go. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Okay.
You're gonna miss because you're also trying not to hit Breath.
Yeah, that's fair. In that case, Blitz is going to curse in Infernal, but kind of like put a hand on Breath's shoulder and just kind of like try to like pull, but he's not actually like trying to pull him off. It's an act of solidarity to show like I'm here with you. Keep going, and that's my form of giving him inspiration. My last one, guys. And I just threw my dagger. So I am almost useless. That's my turn.
Alright. Mavra's turn.
Mavra's way of showing solidarity is to hack at this evil fiend with her axe.
Okay.
I think that 29 will hit. And a 27.
Nice.
For 27 points of damage. Is it still up?
Yep. Not by much, though.
Action surge time!
Oh, damn.
Another hit. 20. Is it still up?
It's stumbling, almost falling down.
Alright. Last hit. 27 for... Oh, that... I got 14, 13, 13, 14.
She finally carves it into calamari, and the thing crumples to the floor. No longer grappling Breath as they kind of slide out of your face, its tentacles.
And she is going to step here to plug the hole.
On top of its squishy corpse.
Yep. She smushes what remains of its head under her boot as she steps. And that will end her turn.
So she now has vision of that whole room. Okay. Well, the bad guys are going to counterattack. Breath, you're no longer stunned, so you can remove that icon from yourself. Let's see if Mavra's helmet protects her from the tentacles as they lunge forward. And they do not have advantage on this. Can you only provide advantage on one attack? Or can you provide actually... Yeah, no, they'll all just attack. I'm just gonna go from left to right. So, oh damn, her AC is 22. Holy
22.
crap! I got a good set of rolls there.
Oh dear.
Look at that. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Mavra. The horrible clammy things are getting her. So I'm going to need Mavra to make 3
I'm gonna guess
intelligence
that's a
saving
fail
throws.
right there.
What?
I'm gonna guess that first one's a fail right there. Do you want all 3 anyway?
I don't think it. No, it doesn't really matter. Well, no, it doesn't really matter. They are all over her. She is stunned, and she is taking some damage. She takes 41 total points of damage.
Oh wait.
Psychic.
How much is your bardic inspiration, Bella?
It's 1d10, I believe. Let me. D8.
A D8.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. We'll give it a try. Maver's going to try. Would a 18 pass
Yes,
the
it would.
intelligence?
Yes, it would.
Okay, so now we need to make the other ones. 20. 18. Woo!
My God.
Hey! Wow.
Holy smokes, Mavra's not stunned.
But she is very hurt. How much damage was that altogether?
Looked like 41.
Oh, it was
41,
41,
okay.
yeah. 41 points total. Actually,
Okay,
no,
cool.
it was actually more than that. That should be 47.
Okay, I'll take an additional 6 off.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. The one standing just in front of Mavra jerks, releases her, and steps back, standing at attention. You hear a voice inside your minds, like a moist tentacle tapping out Morse code. You are unacceptable. You are afflicted with base morality. How disgusting. And this guy will turn visible as he casts a spell. A spell you probably did not want to be cast on you.
Maybe he's gonna
Fireball.
take a swing at the guy who hopped away.
Oh, she can do that, but she has to make a charisma save.
Oh, that's right. Come on, charisma save. 15?
That will succeed, so she can, yeah, complete the attack. What did she get on her attack?
21 to hit, 10 points of damage.
I don't know if did you guys see that special effect?
Yeah.
All right, one more time for good luck.
Oh, man.
Seems bad.
Okay, but she made her attack and she did 10 points. Okay.
Correct.
This guy was previously undamaged, but he is damaged now. Okay.
He also has to make a wisdom save against my spirit guardians. Or take 15 damage.
A wisdom save against spirit guardians. Oh. The one who started his turn in there. Oh, but they all moved in. They all moved in, and it's when you move in as well. Wait, is that 15 feet from you?
Yeah.
It looks like 20
This
feet.
furthest one out is not
but
in,
he started his... Oh, no. Yeah, he moved into it, but he actually didn't move into it. This guy, though, he started his turn in front of the doorway, which is that close enough?
Yes.
Yeah. So he actually needs to make a wisdom saving throw. With advantage.
I don't think those are going to make it.
Alright, what was the damage on it?
15.
Oh my god. He is hanging by a thread.
Bastard.
By a thread. And then okay, the other two didn't get quite close enough yet. I don't think. Well, yeah. The other two... Oh, wait, no, wait. One of them moved here. And, yeah. Okay, so he also needs to make the save. And it was 15, you said.
The save is 17.
Oh, 17. But 15
For 15 damage.
He also failed, so... He also took the 15. This is the one that Mavra just... Attack of opportunity.
Awesome.
They are hard to tell apart, as they all have this sort of same clammy, gross look. Anyway, Mavra, Breath, and Blitz. Crackling bluish lightning burns past you, frying the air, making it difficult to breathe for a second. I need you three to make Mavra, Breath, and Blitz. Please make dexterity saving throws as it rockets down the hallway.
Oh, no.
I'm going to use my inspiration to give myself advantage.
Well, Mavra definitely made it. Breath definitely did not.
Wow.
Blitz is fine.
Famine. Nice.
Now, I do have resistance to lightning, though, so that's helpful.
Oh, nice.
Kind of bummed I wasted my inspiration on that, but that's okay.
Okay, so that comes out to 35 points of electricity damage. Shock, or whatever it's called. Shock damage. But everyone's taking half.
Amazing!
So half of 35, rounded down, would be 17?
Which is great, because I have exactly 35 hit points left.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
This guy moves back into the gap. Which might mean he needs to make a new saving throw. Yeah. He does make it, taking half this time. You want to re-roll your damage, Bella? I think it was 2d8.
I think it's 3d8.
3d8.
Let me scroll up. Yes, it's 3d8.
What's the average of 3d8?
Oh, he takes half of 8.
12.
Okay.
I hate to bring this up, but it's actually the first time each turn that it enters the space.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
turn there.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. You saved him from 4 damage.
Yeah. He's gonna move over here, and he starts rolling up the papers. Snatches a paper from the desk. Akiri.
Did Akiri see which direction blue guy went?
Blue guy?
Yeah, blue tentacle face dude.
You saw which direction he went. You don't see where he currently is.
Cool. Can Akiri pop around, come up to this corner and peer like into the room to find him?
Yeah,
Or
but
would
there's
you have
really
to
no
get a-
angle from that position. So you look, but you don't. You can't see beyond
Okay.
this line. So
Would she have to scoot up with Mavra, or
she'd have to be in Mavra's square, basically.
okay? Is that possible, or
Well, you guys would be squeezing.
yeah, she's just gonna be there for a second.
Okay.
So yeah, she's gonna squish in with Mavra.
Oh, she is.
Yeah, just like for a second, because she wants to fire
Okay.
off a spell and then back out.
I think that will provoke though from these guys. Do you still want to do it? Two of them are grappling
Yeah.
Mavra.
Yeah.
All right, so it's going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
But yeah, she really wants to see if she can finish off blue squid face.
This guy?
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't taken damage yet. But
Oh,
okay.
he hasn't?
Yeah, he hasn't. Yeah, he hasn't been touched.
Oh, he hasn't?
No.
Oh, never
No.
mind then. Never mind then. Ignore that whole plan. I thought he was almost dead. And I was like, I'm gonna squish him.
I
But
This
no.
one's almost
I
dead.
think it's. Yeah, this
Oh,
one.
this one?
is
Okay.
almost-
Hey, yeah, Akiri's gonna. She can see him. Akiri's gonna sacred flame him.
Okay. How was that 2d8? Whoops. Yeah, he takes full damage from your sacred flame of 7,
Yeah.
which kills him.
Perfect. Alright, that's the end of her turn.
Nice.
All right.
Could you possibly move her? Because I wanted to heal Mavra. I guess I could squish with you.
Yeah,
so.
she'll back up a step. Mm-hmm.
Give me room. Give me
For
room.
it.
Okay, guys, we're going
Thank
to
you,
be
babe.
finishing out the round before we quit, if that's cool. Bella.
I'm going to. Damn, I can't see that guy.
You have a really
Okay.
nice shot on this guy, though.
I do, although it's through people, but I don't really know what else I can do. All right, I'm gonna try and shoot that guy.
Him.
So it's okay. Mavra's short.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is Breath.
That's
Damn.
true. I am canonically short.
Well, that's only an 18 to hit.
Only an 18, she says.
Well, with all of his bonuses to his AC and stuff.
Yeah, he is significantly harder to hit when you have to shoot through 2 ally squares, I would think.
That's fair.
Yeah, I would think so.
You know, it was a good shot. You're not going to hit your allies by accident, but you aren't going to hit him.
That's fine.
So she doesn't make contact with anyone, for better or worse.
Anything else you want to do, Bella?
I guess I'll give inspiration to Curls just because I can.
Why not? Sure. Thanks. I appreciate it.
You're like the only one left who doesn't have some kind of inspiration on them, so.
Woo.
Well, I guess I need to renew Maverick's, but yeah.
You can come back to that.
Vapos, your turn. You muted, Corey?
Yes, I am. Sorry. I love asking this question. How tall are the ceilings in here again?
The ceilings are a little bit lower in here. You could probably fit over Mavra's head, but not over these guys. They are kind of tall and thin.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. That's probably okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to jump over Mavra to land in this spot where the thing just died.
Okay, oh man, it's time for an awesome acrobatics check.
Yes.
Or whatever jumping is.
Yeah, probably athletics.
Athletics. Now this is a standing jump, isn't it? Or you?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm pretty good at this. So that's going to be a 26. Because with the visage, I get advantage on wisdom, and with the arms, I use my wisdom in place of my strength for athletics.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so it's yeah, so with this, okay, so you have to fit through a small space during the jump. You also have to make it 15 feet. And you have to achieve at least, I'm not sure how tall Mavra is, but probably 5 feet in height. Which probably means a DC of 25, which means you just make it.
Okay. Cool. I wasn't expecting it to be quite that hard. That's awesome. All right. And then I am going to take a couple of attacks against the big guy.
All right. Standing on the reanimated corpse of one of his fellows, he turns and looks at you with those horrible blank eyes.
All right.
Turn him into calamari.
So first attack is a 14 to hit.
Okay.
I think I'm going to use this before you say. I think I'm going to use my inspiration on this one.
Ooh.
Or my bardic inspiration.
Oh, that.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So that's a D8, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that's a 21 to hit.
Okay. This ring that he's carrying flashes. He waves his hand. What did you get to hit him?
21.
He casts a spell in reaction to your attack.
Okay.
It's similar to the magic that you see emanating from the dragon bracelet carried by Akiri. And this magical shield pops up, and your blow strikes it.
As soon as you said the ring, I was like, he's got the same thing Akiri has. Damn it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It was a ring and a spell. A ring. There's two different things, but you nevertheless called it Akiri.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna keep trying to hit him.
At last,
I am aware, but I think it's worth it. That's a 20.
That's not gonna hit. Again.
Yeah, and then
shield.
I'm going to use Flurry of Blows to attack him 2 more times.
Okay.
So 14 misses. There we go. 27.
27. You snake your arm around the magical shield. It's not deflected by the magic of the ring and just connects with the side of his head where it's the squishiest.
He just
Awesome.
breaks through the shield.
Yeah.
Shatters.
Shatter.
And the reason why this was important, I'm doing a stunning strike on him.
Hell yeah!
Okay. You have enough key for that.
I am running low on key, but I did have enough.
For now?
Yes.
Dang
Ouch.
it.
That was a fateful roll right there. All right. Well, that's going to break your DC, I'm sure.
Yeah. Unless he's got a -4.
No, he does not.
Yeah.
not that
But anyways, as Vapos finishes up the flurry, he's just going to say, "Apologies, but I've never been very good at taking orders." That's the end of my turn.
Awesome zinger. You dealt 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Just in reply to you, Vapos, he says, "And we have never been very good at giving up the secret cure to the diseases we create."
Except that you just told us!
Okay. Well, that's important.
You must not be allowed to leave here alive. And with that, we are going to call it for tonight, guys. That out in an in-game sense, you suddenly realize how important of a fight this is. Out of game,
Yep.
that means that this will constitute a milestone once it is completed successfully.
Heck yeah.
Awesome.
So don't die.
I mean, a few of us are pretty damn close.
I
Alright.
have 2 level 1 spell slots left.
Before we go, I have to read off the Mammothos Greening's great jokes. Okay. For never challenge Breath to a strength chest. Man's gonna challenge. Challenge accepted, that shit. For monks, I guess you could say Corey's rolls are Vapos Wave. Last Rage, this will be a Breath encounter. Mind Flare, Max, I hope that Illithid knows her. Let the record show that Vapos don't monkey around. Monkey around. Tentacles, the creature is named Tenatocles, or Tenatocles, it's Greek. Let the record show that Vapos... Oh, I already read that. Let the record show Vapos doesn't monkey around, but this time in all caps. Alright, guys. Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. I already can't wait for next game, where we will no doubt have the dramatic conclusion one way or another of this terrible battle.
Yeah, I'm already looking forward to it.
Okay. Alright. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys.
all.
Oh, I just remembered. We're probably missing next week. I think some people have scheduled to be out. So it might be 2 weeks until we play or something along those lines. Okay, now for real. Good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all.
For realsies this time.